Welcome to another My Hero Academia Ultra Impact video. Today we're going to be talking about the battle mechanics in the game and just the battles itself. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the characters and what each character has to offer, because that is an important step to playing the game here. So let's just check out Todoroki here. So every character, regardless of its rarity, will have an HP stat, an attack stat, a speed stat, as well as a crit rate chance. So the crit rate that this Todoroki has is 10. He has a speed stat of 356, an attack stat of 5,472, and an HP stat of 20,696. There are various ways to increase it, whether that's been leveling up or equipping it with the memory. So we won't talk in too depth about that. But also, not only that, every single character has their own skills. Skills will do a percentage amount of damage depending on the attack stat of the character and involve different amounts of cooldowns, and as well as applying certain effects depending on the skill. Now, each skill can be leveled up to 3 levels, and to increase those levels, you need to increase the table of said character through the purple table as well as the green table. The green table will affect their actual skills. The purple table will affect their passives, or otherwise known as auto skills, as well as their level cap, which will increase their stats. Auto skills are skills that apply without you pressing a button. Depending on the auto skill, will automatically activate if you hit certain conditions, while the actual skills here can be applied whenever you feel like it, and will more likely than not deal damage to the enemy. And then we have the Plus Ultra, which is their ultimate move. By filling up the Plus Ultra meter, you can activate the Plus Ultra attack to do the most amount of damage on your character's kit. Now, when it comes to building a team, you can have 5 people on a team, 2 subs, 3 regulars, and each character can be equipped with a memory. Memories are used in order to gain a special ability for that said character, as well as increased stats. Now, I do want to add that if a character is in the sub spot, their auto effects do not activate until they are on the actual fighting team. Now, when team building, usually it is based on the typing of the characters. So right now, there are 5 different types in the game. We have strength, speed, tech, light, and dark. I don't remember the exact names for this, but it's red, blue, green, yellow, and purple. And how the typing goes, red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red, and then yellow and purple are type effective against each other, but do not affect the other primary colors. So everything's type neutral to them other than the light and dark. So now that we've gotten the character summaries out of the way, it's time to do a quick little battle. I think USJ is a good place to start off with, as this focuses on more monotyping. So here you want to build a team that goes good against the certain boss. The boss that we should probably fight is the red boss. So bringing a blue team is the most effective way to beating this boss here. Now, every time you go into an event, you are able to bring a friend unit. A friend unit will apply their auto skills onto your team, as well as be able to use their Plus Ultra attack. So for this example here, we're going to run the Blue Momo here. Blue Momo is a blue support for power, plus 25%. And we're going to build a team around using a full blue team here. So, for my blue characters, I'll probably bring Bakugo, I'll bring Momo herself, and then I'll bring the Todoroki. And you know, we'll just do that. That would be good. And then we'll just equip random memories here. For this video, I don't really care too much. Just want to add whatever I can here. Okay, so that looks good to me. And then this is our power level, 277,000. Let's jump into it. And I will show you how the battle works. So for this tutorial, we'll probably just go at 2x speed. Just so it's not too slow, but not too fast at the same time, so you guys can follow along. So the speed stat is obviously going to determine who attacks first. In this case, our Bakugo is the fastest, so his normal attacks are actually going to go first, then Todoroki, and then Momo, who is the slowest out of the bunch. There are a whole different effects for each character. I will leave a screenshot right now that will show you all of the different effects that each character can apply or receive for themselves. So it is a big list, but I don't want to go into too much details on that. I'll leave a link in the description as well on a video that I went through all the conditions and stuff like that. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so after this video. The main thing here is how the battle works, because it is somewhat complex. I guess it's simple enough, but it's still got its complexity. So let's start off with the guest, the friend that we brought. like I said, the buff from the auto skill apply as a friend unit. So Momo being a support, we can actually check this out here. She actually provides us with a power boost, which unfortunately I can't show you actually because it's all added to what Bakugo's already has, but 121%. That is also helped out by the friend Momo. And I guess this is a good way to show it. The 15% power from our guest is right there. And as you can see, by using her plus ultra, everybody shifts down and attack because this plus ultra is priority. Plus ultra from the friend will always go first regardless of their speed. Now, in terms of skills, we can use an individual skill. A skill will always prioritize after a normal attack. Everybody was guaranteed a normal attack as long as they're not confused or anything like that. But when it comes to skills, they will always go first if you're using one. Now, you can change said skill so that you can use 2 skills in one go. You can actually change the order around. So if I don't want Bakugo to go first, I can put Todoroki's skill first. And so speed does not matter in this case other than normal attacks. Normal attacks here are still chained by speed. And if I want to go have Momo first, then I can put her skill first and then everybody else's. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I think we can happily do this. So when you skill chain, you have to press on timing when the, I guess, like, whatever the lights are in the middle. Of course, if you do it, have a, like, 3x speed, you'll go faster. And normal attacks like that, we're still faster than the Endeavor, which is why we get to normal attack before him. And by doing those skill chains and successfully clicking on the little button thing at the right timing, we fill up our plus ultra meter a lot faster, and we actually somewhat do a little bit more damage when you do click at the right timing. So make sure you do that when you can. Some characters actually have different speeds than others, so just, you know, always stay focused when doing the battle. Now, as you can see, Endeavor here has his skill activated. But because he's not skill chaining, we actually go first here. As you can see, we go first compared to Endeavor. Now, I don't think we can show that we are slower than Endeavor. If we are slower than Endeavor, theoretically, he can actually go first if we're doing one skill. But because we're skill chaining will always prioritize no matter what. Speed is only determined on a skill chain if your opponent is also skill chaining. So you'll find this more in PvP. Enemy speeds tend to be really, really slow regardless, but they can get pretty fast in like tougher events. But in PvP, if everybody's skill chaining and you're skill chaining, it adds up all of the characters' speeds and it will determine who gets the skill chain first. So yeah, speed is very, very important, very late game, especially in PvP. But usually, if you're versing one enemy, speed is not an issue. So because we're doing that, we're going to do another skill chain. Might as well. So let's do that. And as you can see, we're doing like somewhat decent damage here. 45,000 for the crit. And we can also heal. That was Momo's skill to heal. I guess I showed this before, but you can press the menu here and you can see everybody's buffs and debuffs. So I can see that the Endeavor has been lowered speed. That was from Momo. And lower defense. That was from Bakugo. And that's only going to happen for one more turn here. He has a 30% attack boost from something. And you can also check out the Bakugo's stuff. So you can see what's happening with him. You can even see all your passives that have activated. So this is a good indication of like how much damage you're going to do. And you can see like what's affecting my character. And you'll be probably using this a lot as the game continues. As you can see, there's a number of buffs that you can possibly get. So it is a very good thing that you can pause it and see what's going on. So now it's time to do our plus ultras here. We filled up enough bar in order to do our plus ultras. Now, plus ultras are slower than skills. As you can see, our plus ultras are going after Endeavor's skill. Now, even if we have 3 plus ultras going, because you can't skill chain, it is not prioritized. Even if we're faster than Endeavor, his skill will always go first. Now, if he was plus ultring himself, then speed would be calculated. Remember, Momo? Because our guest is always prioritized to go first no matter what, she can actually go first. So if you have like a friend that can freeze, this would be a great time to use it so that Endeavor doesn't use his skills. An order with your plus ultras is still affected by speed. So no matter who I pick first, I will always... Bakugo will always go second, I guess, here. But technically first in our team. And, yeah. Now, you can hold on the character skills to see their effects. And you can actually target who you want to attack. So when there's multiple enemies, you can specifically target who and what skills you want to use on specific enemies. So because there's only one enemy, that it's redundant, but I can still see the effect of what Bakugo's doing, which is nice. And I can target Endeavor here, and he will target Endeavor. Now, for example, if I wanted Todoroki's skill to target someone else, I'll just hold his skill, and then I'll target somebody else. But because I can't do that, and that goes the same with the Momo as well. Everybody can do that. So you can use, and this goes for skills as well. So if you want a skill chain or something like that, and you want to make sure like somebody else gets the attack on type advantage while somebody else on your team wants to target the other person, then this is a good way to do it. Instead of just relying on taking out the enemy and then hoping that the next person that you target is the guy you were trying to aim for. But anyway, I'm probably going to lose this, to be honest. This is actually a pretty hard event, especially if I didn't figure out on the plus ultras. But let's use our plus ultras here. Let me just... Because you guys are new to the Ultra Impact scene, we're going to turn off all of the animations here. Or turn on all the animations, should I say. You can always skip the animation if you want. I think these animations are always pretty decent. Lately, they've been getting pretty good as well. Like the Kaminari coming out. Ooh, he looks sick. 53,000. This Todoroki is really nice. Hopefully, they do the World Hero mission stuff. Let's triple X speed it. This is how I usually play on triple X speed. Just feels natural, I guess. 2x speed feels like just 1x speed, and 3x speed feels like 2x speed to me. And 1x speed is just horrendous. Okay? As you can see, cooldowns have been, you know, a thing as we played along. So you can kind of tell when a skill is coming back. So Bakugo's second skill is coming back next turn. I think Momo's skill's coming back in 2 turns. You can't really tell when it's actually coming back. You just gotta play enough of the character to see the wheel just go by. Like Todoroki's coming back in 1 turn as well as his second skill. You can mathematically deduct it by looking at the character's cooldowns on that certain skill. And then, you know, divide the circle and everything like that. Do some pi theory to figure out the ratio on what the turn is needed. But yeah, you can either stall and wait for the skills to come back, because if I do a skill chain with 2 skills, it actually does not give me as much plus ultra meter as, say, doing 3 skills. So if your goal is to get your plus ultra meter again as fast as possible, I'd probably just wait it out here and get a 3 skill chain. But because I do not care and I just want to do as much damage as early as possible, then I'm going to just do this 2 skill chain here. It still will do the same damage, though. That doesn't affect it. But obviously, 3 skill chain plus ultra is way better. And I believe it's like 20% for double skill chain, 30% for triple skill chains. So keep in mind of that when it comes to plus ultra meters. So let's do another skill again. Let's go on 3x speed. Man, I haven't played this game for a while. Like, I've been making all these videos, but I actually haven't played for like a proper bit. I would like to die here just to show you guys what's up. Now, when it comes to the opponents attacking, I think usually they will always aim for a kill if they can. But if not, I think it's always random. I'm not specifically too sure, because sometimes they do aim for the weakest character, and I do see that. But sometimes they just randomly attack whoever they want. So, unless you're doing taunts, you can't really guarantee what the enemy's going to do. But here, as you can see, he's got so much aura. This indicates that the Endeavor is going to use his plus ultra meter in the next turn. So when somebody has that aura around him, your best bet is to try and find a way to freeze him. And luckily, we do have a freeze opportunity. Now, unfortunately, as you saw, I wish I had it on 2x speed. There was a wording that said resist. If somebody resists your skill, it means you cannot apply freeze on them. It doesn't really show you. Well, I actually don't know, to be honest. I guess this effect will tell you if they're resistant or not of certain conditions. But because it's in Japanese, I can't really tell. So I just based it off the resist. But you can tell if they can't be frozen or not, if it's just based on RNG or something like that. Usually, if you can freeze, for example, but you didn't freeze, it would say like miss or something. Because you can't actually miss a skill, but you can miss an abnormal effect. So as you can see, he's now plus ultring. Let's see. Are we faster than him? We are. So speed here, we are beating them. So let's do our plus ultra meter, because he's probably going to kill one of our enemies. Because he's probably going to kill us. Or one of our characters. 999 or 99,000. That was actually on accident. I didn't think I was actually going to do that much damage. There we constrained him. So that's one of the abnormal effects that Todoroki can do. Which means he actually does not do his plus ultra attack. Now, because we constrain him, it doesn't mean he loses his plus ultra. Okay? It just delays it for the next turn. But if you froze him on a turn before his plus ultra was guaranteed, then it would delay the plus ultra for an extra turn technically. So, for example, if I froze him when he just had the aura, then he would have to wait a whole nother turn to get the aura. I think it's how it works. Pretty sure there's something like that. So, anyway, because skill chains are prioritized compared to plus ultras, you get to go first. Now, if you're doing one skill chain, it means that his speed is determined. But because we already know we're faster in Endeavor, then, you know, that doesn't worry us. Now, hopefully we die here. Because I wanted to show you guys... No, you didn't. She didn't die. Wow. She was close. She didn't even get burned. Turn 11, whatever. Let's see if we actually die here. Okay, perfect. So now that we died, our sub-unit comes in, which is the Deku, and gets all these effects. These effects were not activated at all in sub, but... because Momo died, she was a support, our attack has dropped. Now, that doesn't help showing that Bakugo has more power, but it just know that the Momo support is gone. But even though we used our friend Momo, her support is not gone. So don't think that because I use Momo's plus ultra, her support's gone. The friend buff is always there. It's just when a character dies on your regular team and your sub comes in, if that regular character is a support, then you lose that support power. Anyway, we got like 3 turns left. Let's see if we can beat it. I didn't think I was actually going to win. See that? Bakugo did a miss, which means he can actually get his effect on, which is the blindness effect. So let's get the plus ultra going, and we will win. When it comes to skill using a skill in plus ultra, you guys know, skills go first, then plus ultras last. There you go. Wow, Bakugo actually didn't work. Didn't think so. I know I have him upgraded a lot, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I need to explain about the Ultra Impact battle mechanics. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on so you don't miss out on the daily content. If you have more questions, leave it down in the comment section down below. Check out my social medias linked in the description. That said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace out.